I will follow my destiny.
Oh, this is going to be one of those games. Geeks, nerds, gamers, and trolls, we are selecting our drop area for our first look at Eternal Return Black Survival. It is free to play on Steam. Here we go. We have selected the character we're going to play for this match. As you can see across the bottom, there are 17 other players who have also selected their characters, choosing their drop-in spots now too. Normally there's music playing right here, but just to keep us out of YouTube jail, as usual, we have turned the music off for this first look. Eternal Return Black Survival is developed and published by Nimble Neuron. It is currently in early access, free to download and try. There is a starter pack you can purchase for $30 that unlocks 8 additional characters when you first start in. So far, I've had access to 2, and I've made more than enough in-game currency to unlock at least a couple more just from playing the tutorial and a few games here and there. So in-game currency so far hasn't been bad to accumulate. So what we have here is MOBA meets Battle Royale Survival. So I've got this character. She's got specific things, specific weapons and abilities that she uses. I can actually swap out different weapons based on the loadout I want to go with. This is like a pistol build, but she can also use a couple of, like a machine gun and like a long rifle. So, and then she's got her own special abilities. As you can see there in the action bar, they all do. So what we're doing is, everything we're doing, we're accumulating points. So we're going around, we're collecting gear, things to equip, things that we can craft with. Crafting is big in this game. So we're going around accumulating all that. Every animal creature we kill, we're earning points towards our hunting skill and our weapon skill. Every crate that we explore, we're gaining XP in scavenging. Every time we craft something, we're leveling up our crafting. And of course, we're leveling up overall, getting those ability points to select the abilities and level those up as we go along as well. We've also got an ultimate, like you would expect in a MOBA type game, and we've also got a passive that we can level up as well. This chick, when she goes into combat, she like automatically generates a protective shield around herself. So as in most battle royales right now, we're running around, we're looting things, trying to find things that we can equip, but we're also just looking for crafting materials because the things that we have can be crafted, as you can see here, and I can upgrade the things that I have as well as build other things that I might want to change out and equip to something else. The menu itself, you can see my inventory in the bottom right there. Those are the things I can carry. That's exactly how many item slots you can have. Multiples of the same item do stack up to a certain amount. So like water bottles or something like that to replenish your spell power, they stack up to like 5 before they take up another slot. So every single piece of like a nail or something you want to pick up to craft something, every single one of those isn't going to take up an inventory slot, but you are fairly limited on what you can carry at a time. Luckily, you can just drag and drop to get rid of something you don't want if you run across something that you really need. Speaking of things that you really need, you've got this loadout that you can choose towards the beginning. If you look up towards the top right of my screen, you can see the loadout across the very top there, and then I can click on like the gun or the chest piece or the shoes, and it sort of shows me what I have, what I need, and what I'm going to get out of it to upgrade like my gun to the next level. So when I'm scavenging these items and I'm out in the world and I'm looking for things, they're going to have a little yellow corner to show me, hey, this is one of your things that you've got targeted that you're trying to craft. You are going to want to pick this up. And then in my recipe as well, it's going to show me a check mark when I have something in my inventory, so I can sort of look at what I do and what I don't have. And one of the reasons you need to know that, other than you need all the stuff to craft your things, these aren't just like completely random items. Certain crafting items are more likely or can only be found in certain zones of the game. As you can see, I'm on the beach area right now. There's like a chapel and a factory and a hospital and all sorts of different little areas. The map isn't humongous. It's only like 18 players, but it's fairly good size. It's got a handful of different zones in it, and different types of equipment and things you can scavenge and find are located in some of those different areas. In typical Battle Royale styles, those are going to get shut down over time. So if I can look on my map and see what areas going to get shut down next, say I need
survivor
I'm just going
has
to say
been
piano wire. I've had to have piano wire before, okay? I know I can go get piano wire in the chapel because there's like a piano in there that you loot the piano wire out of, and you can use that to upgrade certain weapons. Well, if that gets shut down, right now, off the top of my head, I don't know where else to get piano wire from. So if I needed piano wire like right now, I would probably make a beeline for the chapel, get my piano wire, and try to get out alive. While we're scavenging, we're also jungling. We're killing creatures that we run across as long as they're not too high level. You saw a big bear just a minute ago, and it was higher level than me, so I didn't want to just sit there and maybe die to the bear this early when I was trying to show everything off. But that's helping upgrade like my weapon skill, and I'll show that off here in a minute. You can just hit V and it'll show all your mastery skills that you've leveled up. Here I'm showing off the crafting menu a little bit, but yeah, you're running around jungling, killing the creatures, getting the XP, leveling up like your weapon skill and stuff like that, but also getting certain crafting materials off of them, like leather or meat that you can eat when you're in a fight. I like the ability that you can either eat something that you've accumulated to gain back health, but you can do that in a fight with a cooldown. Or if you're not in combat, you can, like over here, go hide in the bushes. Pretty typical MOBA type stuff. But you can actually hit a rest button, which is defaulted to X, I believe, and you can rest. It does narrow your field of vision when you're resting, but if you feel pretty safe, you can rest up and get your health and your spell power back. As far as field of vision, I don't think I've picked it up just yet, but there's a pair of binoculars that I pick up at some point. When I pick it up, you can literally see my field of view expand a little bit. Also, as you can see, I'm dropping these cameras around as I go. Not only do they give me a little bit of expanded view of the area that the camera gets dropped in, but they also show me if anybody's hidden traps here and there. You've seen me throw down some mouse traps and stuff at some of the entrances to my zone, and those become hidden after a couple of seconds of staying there. So that helps me see if any of those are out there, and I don't want to just walk over some of those.
Can I take a quick
As far as things you can interact with, there's two other nifty things out there. One is the console. You can see one on the screen out there at the top right. I don't think I'd go over to it. I'd drop a camera instead. But if you interact with one of those, it's going to patch you into the closed-circuit televisions around the general area of the console and sort of expand your view a little bit. It doesn't let you just see everything, but wherever they place little cameras at, you'll get little snapshots, pictures, of being able to see what's in there, so you can look around and see if there's any enemies around, anything like that. Also, there's these telephone booths that work as, for whatever reason, fast travel points. They like warp you to, you can choose like another telephone booth in another zone or something, and you can fast travel to it. A nice little touch to help you get around, and just things to interact with in the map that are assisting you, not just looting and crafting. Speaking of enemies, obviously there's the NPC animals and stuff, but there are other players on this map. There are people to fight, I promise. You'll see them here in a minute. And excuses, I know, but I'm taking time to like see things, and I was trying to get around and show off a little bit of everything here and there. I think the very first person I run into, you realize right off the bat, yeah, there's one there. I'm one level or so underneath that one, but then I'll run across a level 16 like here in just a minute. So I'm very under leveled. There's a pretty big action economy. Everything you do, when you're moving, you're gaining XP. When you're looting, when you're shooting, when you're crafting, whatever you're doing, you're earning points towards your overall level, and improving your gear is going to be very important, as well as leveling up and getting access to improved abilities and higher level, higher health pool. So there is a very important action economy. You should always be doing something. You're not going to pay off to just go hide in the bush somewhere in this game, which is a strategy I actually enjoy sometimes in battle royales. Is just go hide, wait till the end, try to get a shot off. But in this one, you need to always be doing something, or you're going to be so far behind by the time you get to the end game that you're probably just not going to have a chance. So always be moving, always be looting, always be shooting. Level that stuff up as you go is going to be very important. As you'll see at the end of this match, when I run into somebody a few levels above me and I pretty much get smoked. I know. Spoilers. Performance-wise, everything is run super smooth. I've enjoyed myself in the game. Graphically, it looks great. It's the anime style, which isn't my personal preference, but the gameplay makes up for that for me. I still enjoy the game very much. Obviously, anime style is going to be for a lot of people. So if that's your draw to the game, good deal. I've really liked the map that you can open up, and you can click up there in the right in my targeted stuff. You can click on it and sort of give you an idea of places you can go to collect some of the things you might need. So I like that. I like being able to tell what's going on. It's not so cartoony. You know, sometimes I think everything will be so color saturated, it's hard to tell what's going on. All the things that you can loot are outlined really well. Everything stands out really well. It's really easy to tell what's going on in the game.
Will be dropped within the next minute.
Loading times are a little long. That's the only real complaint that I've had. Even when I was just doing the tutorials, loading into those took almost as long as loading into a match, and I'm not sure what that was all about. And the exit screen, loading back out into the main menu, is a little long. And when you hit the exit button, it doesn't really give you any good feedback to let you know, hey, you know, you've hit the exit button, we're taking you back out of the game. It just kind of sits there for a second, and it's a little long. But those are my only two real complaints about the game. Other than that, I've had a great time. I enjoy the game, and I've recommended it to some of my friends to try out and play along. We can queue up as solo, duo, or teams, and go in and have fun like that. There is a warning on the main page about hacks and teaming up in solo mode and stuff like that. So I don't know how strict they're going to be with that kind of stuff. But so far, I haven't been like double teamed by any players or anything like that. So I haven't noticed any real issues. Here you can see I'm not sure if he saw me drop the trap. He probably did. Thought I was going to be sneaky and drop it in the bush and get him walk into it, but that didn't work out.
If it wasn't for this test,
the voice acting for the characters that I've played has been really good. It's been annoying. It is very repetitive. They keep saying the same crap over and over and over. And it's not just when you're using abilities and stuff. You can hear she's talking like the whole freaking time. I haven't gone in to look to see if I can turn that off or not. I'm assuming probably you can. And the only other thing that I meant to check and see that I haven't done so far is if you can quick cast or not. So far I'm having to push the button and push the mouse button. There's that high level person. As you can see me running around trying to show things. I'm very far behind at this point. The cash shop isn't horrendous. We'll go take a look at that here momentarily. Everything that's in there that can be purchased with cash is either characters or just additional save slots for loadouts. You do have to buy those per character. So like this character, you have to purchase her loadout slot, and then if you're playing another character, you have to purchase those loadout slots individually. But both those and the characters can be purchased with the in-game currency if you just want to grind that out and unlock stuff with those. On Steam, this game has a very positive review in early access. Very positive. Recent reviews, very positive. All reviews, it says release date is October 14th, so it's been out for a little bit. Still in early access, of course. I can see why. It's a good game. It runs good. There's nothing egregious in the cash shop. It's fun to play. It's not super fast-paced. If I had some shoes and stuff, I could move a little faster and increase my movement speed and stuff like that to make me go a little faster. But it's not super fast-paced. But you can tell the folks who are more comfortable and more familiar with their characters, anytime I get into a fight, somebody who's played that character much more than the handful of games that I've played so far, they definitely have the advantage, as they should, knowing the map, having better action economy, having better gear, being higher level, and just knowing more about what their character does. Is a big advantage, and that's the skill floor that you're going to need to start at and work your way up. And in a good game, that kind of stuff's going to exist. The more I play, the better I'm going to get. Well, hopefully, anyway. So we've jumped ahead here just a little bit to get more towards the end, because it kind of reached a point where I was trying to show so many things and do so many things, trying to remember what I had and hadn't showed, that I realized I was like way far behind as far as leveling up and leveling my gear up, and I was starting to have trouble finding the things I needed to level my stuff up. So I kind of spent some time just kind of exploring the map a little bit, which now looking back at it was a little boring. One of the things I do like, you can see the borders of the zones here on the map. It's telling me like the orange is the next zone that's going to have its oxygen depleted. The red are the zones that oxygen is already depleted. And here's that final fight. You can see I was trying to get my stun off, but she was already getting her big AoE stun off, so she beat me to the punch, and I got stunned in place, and it was pretty much over at that point. Of course, I wasn't expecting her to be in that bush either. I thought for sure I was going to get in there and craft one more thing and then go in and try to get some final fights. I got 4th place, running around doing basically nothing. So now we're going to jump out to the menu and take a look at that. The good old rewards screen. 4th place. I did look down because some of those that say test subject underneath them, I'm not sure if that's an in-game title or an indication that it was a bot filling a game. When the screen was loading, I took it as a couple of bots in the game. So as you can see, I'm trying to hover over those and decide. As low down as they are, I'm thinking maybe they were some bots to help fill out the game, which is fine if it's a few just to help fill out those last few spots. Based on some of the actions I was seeing, some of the players make it look like, the majority were definitely players. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the characters. I just want to show a few. I don't know them off the top of my head, their names and all that, but you can look at them, see their skills, sort of their information about what type of character they're going to be. There you can see the spider web graph that shows offense, defense, movement, all that kind of good stuff. All these characters are fairly unique. They have different skill sets. They have different weapons. As I said, they each have like a few different weapons you can choose from to start out with and build into. But overall, their skill sets are always the same, and they're all different and unique as far as that. And I love the big fat chef-looking guy. I think I'm going to unlock him and just kind of see what he's all about. Over to the left here, you can see the group of weapons, the different weapons. You can click on those and sort by which characters can use those weapons. So, different characters will show up under a couple of these different categories. But say you like using axes, well, just click on the axe and you can see which characters can use axes. So here's the individual loadouts we were talking about. Each one comes with some preset recommended loadouts. You can go in and create your own loadout. And like I said, you can unlock additional loadouts in the cash shop with either currency that you pay for or just the in-game currency that you grind out. But not every character has the access to every weapon, or they're going to excel at it. So each character is going to have a different weapon set that kind of goes along with their ability set. Obviously, if I've got abilities that involve different types of shots, like the character that I'm playing, she's going to be using guns, not swords. As far as the cash shop, here the character unlocks, and here is the in-game currency. As you can see, about $9 for 1,200. I think each unlock, as far as paid currency, was like $10.75. So you're gonna have to spend like $9, or a little less. It looks like you get more as you spend more of the in-game currency as you spend more cash. You get like the little bonus currency, and then here's the unlocks for each individual character to unlock more loadout slots. The DLC is the $30. You have to actually buy it on Steam to get the character unlocks, but that's where you pick it up. And then the drops are Twitch drops. If you want to link your Twitch account and you go and watch a stream of Eternal Return Black Survival being played, you can get drops of loot from watching those streams. And that pretty much wraps it up. Once again, Mike Bird has given me a game that I actually enjoyed, and I'm actually going to keep on my computer at least for a little while. Try it out. I want to unlock a couple more characters, try those out, play a little more, the ones that I'm interested in. Having fun. Like this game. Would definitely enjoy playing it with others. I don't currently have a Battle Royale on my computer that I play regularly. This may be a nice way to jump in, play a match. The map is small enough, and there's enough people where a game only lasts 15 to 20 minutes at the most. So you can jump in, play a game, play a couple of games, and then log out when you're done. Been having a lot of fun, so that's going to wrap it up for the MMOBomb.com first look of Eternal Return Black Survival. Free to play on Steam, early access. If it interests you at all, go download it, check it out. You can try it out for free. It's a good game. I've definitely enjoyed my time. As always, I've been the man, the myth, the legend, the Noob Fridge, Troy Blackburn. You can follow me on Twitter at Noob Fridge. And always go over to MMOBomb.com to check out the latest news, information, everything you need to know about free-to-play games that are out there that you need to know. Thank you so much, guys, and we will catch you next time. This first look for Eternal Return Black Survival is done. I'm going to cook some stuff, and I am out.